Hi, welcome to my channel. Right now I'm working on a hood slash scarf. It's called the Sophie hood, I believe. At the moment I finished one half and I'm working on the second half of the hood. As you can see, it's very simple. Got a stitch with an I-cord edge. I calculated the length myself. Same with the shaping and the rounding, the yarn. I really liked it in a shop. So I bought it before I even knew what I was going to make with it. Which, let's be honest, we all do, don't we? It's quite unusual with this little colorful flecks, like tiny bits of plush yarn. It's very soft. I really don't like scratchy yarn, especially when it touches the face or the neck. Hopefully it will be warm too. So grab your hobby supplies, whatever they are, and let's begin. I stumbled upon it on Pinterest, completely by accident. I see it, I like it, I want it, I got it. And immediately thought, that's actually really smart. A good alternative to hats for people who don't like wearing them or just prefer hoods. A hat and a scarf in one. I've been thinking a lot about this idea of making things together. Just talking, doing our own thing, chatting about various things. There are so many things that stop us from starting, fear, doubt, overthinking. So I decided to start anyway. There really isn't a better time to start than right now. Like I said, I didn't use a specific pattern or tutorial for this. I watched a few videos here and there, took my measurements and went from there. I actually have nothing against buying patterns, quite the opposite. Supporting creators is important, but when something seems simple enough for me and I understand how it works, I like to challenge myself and figure it out on my own. If you can and want to buy patterns or tutorials, do it. If you can't, that's fine too. Thanks to YouTube and the internet in general, there's so much free information out there for every skill level. Let me mark this in my very fancy notebook. When I have increases, decreases, complicated shaping, it helps me to have a little scheme next to me. This notebook, it's ancient. It has seen things, trust me. By the way, this is my first time knitting an I-cord, at least as far as I remember. And I already know I'll be using it again. It's very practical, it makes things look finished. And it's perfect for hiding yarn ends. I don't know you yet, and you don't know me either, so maybe I'll tell you a little about myself and what I do here. My name is Maria. I knit, I crochet, honestly for so long that I don't even remember when or who taught me. Do you remember who taught you? Or when? I do cross stitch. Recently I tried clay modeling. Nothing fancy, but I loved it and definitely want to do more. A few years ago I was really into making beaded and sequin brooches. Look at this yarn, it's so soft. And those colorful flecks are just beautiful. In a skein, it looks much fluffier. Okay, I got distracted. I draw, I read. What else? I really want to do amigurumi, those tiny cute keychains. I've already saved a few great tutorials on YouTube. Maybe we'll try them together. As you can probably tell, choosing just one hobby is not really my thing. I abandon them, I come back to them, obsess over them for a while. I do whatever I feel like doing. And honestly, isn't that what hobbies are about? About freedom. These skills don't disappear. It's like riding a bike. Once you learn it, you don't really forget it. Muscle memory. Speaking of muscle memory, I play the piano. Not as a hobby, actually. I had 9 years of academic training. It was a long time ago, but still, those skills never fully go away. I won't be playing piano on this channel, obviously. It's hard to talk and play at the same time, and there's no much point in doing both here anyway. Of course, we all have bills to pay, work to do, responsibilities, and often very little time left for hobbies. When you have many hobbies, like me, you either choose one or abandon the rest, or you switch between them. And both are okay. Today I've been thinking about aesthetics, or more specifically, the pressure around them. Online, it feels like everything has to look perfect all the time. Clean desk, pretty tools, perfect notebooks with no crossed out lines. And that's just not real life. My notebook, for example, it is a mess. I still like adding a bit of color and shine to it. Markers, pens, stickers sometimes. Oh, this gray one seems completely dry out. Anyway, some pages are neat, others are chaotic. There are crossed out lines, random schemes, wrong ones, corrected ones, half-finished ideas. Oh, wait. What do your working notebooks look like? Messy and lived in, neat, carefully planned, or something in between? I have several beautiful empty notebooks, and they are still empty, untouched. I sometimes buy a notebook just because it's pretty. A small weakness of mine, just like yarn. I bought 3 skeins of this one in advance, enough for something medium-sized. A scarf, maybe a beanie. Do you have something like that? Some people love buying mugs, or pens, or markers. No matter how many you already have, there's always room for one more. Yarn, we are the same. Or beads, needles, hooks, palette knives, books. You buy them, you haven't read them yet, but you keep buying more. I think I got carried away and forgot whether I marked the row. But I know myself. There is a little hint down here. On the decreases side, there are odd rows. The side here is the front without the creases, so these are even rows. I'm working from the front, which means this is row 52. Yes, that's correct. It's very easy to get lost when you're talking or thinking about something else. That's why I draw little helper schemes, so I can always find my place again. And I often catch myself counting stitches, even when I don't really need to. Or just checking if everything matches the scheme, if I didn't miss anything. With knitting, especially with yarn like this, it's very important. Fixing a mistake here would be painful. It would be very hard to unravel. That's often how it goes. You see it, you knit or crochet, and all kinds of thoughts come into your head. Like this pressure for perfection, the perfect image, or overconsumption online. You open Pinterest, Instagram, TikTok, looking for some ideas or inspiration. And it feels like everyone has this huge set of expensive markers. Every possible shade neatly displayed. Massive yarn collections. Entire libraries of new books. It's like some kind of competition. Who has more? Who has better? Who has prettier? The thing is, a lot of it is performance. I wish we all could afford everything we want for our hobbies. But social media often distorts what hobbies are actually about and overshadows the joy of making things. A few days ago, I found a short piece of slightly darker pink embroidery floss for my cross-stitch project, and I celebrated. Don't fall into that trap. All this decor, all this aesthetic, it's mostly for the picture, for the audience, views, likes. And yes, we all like beautiful things. There's nothing wrong with wanting a nicer, more pleasant workspace. If striving for beauty and perfection brings you joy, that's great, as long as it doesn't overshadow the true enjoyment of creativity. Let's be realistic. Sometimes we're tired, sometimes we're sick, sometimes we're doing our best on a really bad day, and sometimes we have diarrhea. There's nothing aesthetic about that. That's okay. You don't have to force your life into some imaginary online standard that only exists in photos and videos. The question is, who enjoys their hobby more? Someone performing perfection, or someone quietly making things in their messy, imperfect, very real space? What I do judge, though, is spending thousands of dollars just for watch time, for perfect Instagram photos. For example, in book blogging, People read books in silence. You don't need to show that. You can create discussion spaces, reading clubs, live streams. You can write and share essays, reviews, so many options. But buying massive amounts of books just for 1-minute video, and let me tell you, most of them are never even read. Books someone else would dream of having. Right now, as I'm filming this, I'm thinking I might be talking too much. I'm not even sure if I'll upload this. There's so much I'd like to talk about. I hope I'll finish this scarf soon, before the next wave of confidence and inspiration hits, so I don't bore you with showing the same thing again. For now, I'll say goodbye. Thank you for spending this time with me. I wish you many good ideas and a lot of inspiration for your projects. See you!